Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Let's Play Penumbra Overture. Those of you who just coming over from me finally beating Ethan Mustai, again, thanks for sticking out that journey with me. I'm pretty happy to have actually finished it. I'm pretty stoked on that, not gonna lie. But yeah, we're about halfway, or about half an hour from the end of Penumbra Overture. It's not going to take us very long to finish this at all. So, let's just get rolling on it, shall we? Let's continue from our last save. One of my commenters on the last video, by the way, mentioned that I would probably get much better results on trying to steam the dogs to death if I closed the doors behind them, which makes perfect sense, and I feel really, really stupid for not doing that. So, if it becomes necessary to try and kill one of the dogs again, that's exactly what we're going to do. But for now, remember that that blank page had some UV text on it, password 1371. That's the code that's going to get us into Sector C. So let's head that way. We've seen the door already, but now, of course, we've made our way all the way to the opposite corner of the map, and we have to get back there. So it goes. Now, last time, I got pissed off and decided to just sprint. And who knows, I may end up doing that again, but I'd like to have a little more finesse with my stealth, if at all possible. Where am I now? Alright, this tunnel's a dead end. I have to go down this one. And one of those fucking dogs is right there. Because of course it is. And I am fully visible because of course I am. This door has been forged shut. It will never open again. And it doesn't matter because I'm fucking toast. Death is the final unknown. Yeah, well, alright. There's literally one direction to go, and there's a dog between me and that direction. Fuck it! You can't stop me! Cross the plane! Run, Forrest, run! Alright, I'm actually, I'm kind of amused, but I'm actually very annoyed that just sprinting around is clearly the best solution to these dogs. 1371. Sector C, here we are! Alright, chat, how you doing? Hello again, everyone! You mean steamed hams, which is what I called hamburgers? I heard there's a giant worm in this game. There is a giant worm, and there's actually more than one, Sergey. We've seen one already, but we've got I believe we're going to have to deal with more of them. Why are there so many dogs? It hasn't really been explained. They're just, they're around, and we know that there's... I mean, we've gathered that there's, something in these mines that messes with anything that lives here. It manifests itself in different ways. It seems like it drives humans crazy, it makes the worms get really, really big and aggressive, and presumably it turned... I don't know why mines would have dogs. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but assuming that it is, we could assume that whatever's in these mines that fucks everything up is what's making the dogs the way they are. Anyway... we're in what I believe is actually the game's final set of hub tunnels. Where are we? Right here. The first place we need to go is chemical storage up here in the northwest. We got an incinerator, Lake Utakak, And chemical storage.
Really, the hunger is becoming rather uncomfortable here. How far away are you? You cannot be far. I am held captive by a wall of stone in the northeast of the mine. As in any drama, there are many roles to be played. You must act the scientist in mixing potions, act the renegade in plots of destruction. On your travels for the tools with which you will fashion my rescue, you may discover the place of my last meal. Be careful. The shiny, solid floor of water is not as solid as it seems. Poor Red was almost swallowed whole. The two foolsy men who plummeted into my domain have long since departed, though not I expect from whence they came. I ate ravenously of biped meat that day, but Red promises feasting only began when the men became pungent, when the stench of life had gone, and only the sweet aroma of decay remained.
Oh good, he ate corpses. That's lovely, Red. Alright, here we are in the chemical storage. Progress! Uh-oh. I've got to seal that door. No! Ah, we fell in. We have to... So, Sergey, speaking of the giant worm, that's what's chasing us right now. So we gotta seal this. We gotta get across the acid. Because we all love platforming in first person, don't we? Come on. We gotta break through these. Uh-oh. This isn't gonna work. This is just another one of those timing puzzles. They get a little annoying. We just have to solve it fast enough. I don't know if I can make this. Nope. Oh, I can! Like a boss! We are now safe from the worm.
My brain can barely imagine the feats of action man like heroics you must be performing to save old Red. I am waiting so close now for you to blow down the walls of my earthbound prison cell and release me from this mortal coil.
Alright. Apparently Red would like us to kill him. Oh, I'm losing blood, but I should be okay. So let's... come on. There we go. Oh, I should, what the heck? There we go. I was gonna say, sometimes these little physics puzzles don't work nearly as well as they should. Oh, Lord, I gotta go. This goes on for fucking ever. I guess that's to make sure you actually have to cause the cave-in and block the worm. Alright, we can get in there now. Bam! Progress! How you doing, chat? Let's have a look. Are you going to play the rest of the games in this series? Yes, I absolutely am. I'm certainly going to play Black Plague. I actually already have it installed. And I'm going to play Requiem too. And I've also heard, I think maybe from you, maybe from a different commenter, but I've heard about a mod, like a total conversion mod for Amnesia called Necrolog that's I guess, an unofficial fourth installment of the series. And yeah, I hadn't heard of it until I read that comment, but I'm even thinking of playing that too. So yes, I'm definitely going to play the rest of the series. You can blow the dogs up with the dynamite sticks. Canaries in the mine, yeah. Oh shit, that part, it was a nightmare. I faintly remember of crazy scientist who feasted on spiders and severed off of his tongue. Yeah, that was actually in the very beginning, Sergey. It was like one of the first things that we found. But yeah, we're well past that part now. But your memory's accurate. That's near the beginning of this game. All right, let's get back to it. Use the valve to open the door. All right, what do we have in here? Some hasty notes about a set of chemicals. Chemist's notes. 1 magnesium, 2 calcium, 3 barium, 4 chloride, 5 phosphorus, 6 sodium. Do not forget, badly administered dopamine clouds frequently everything. It's a BADCFE. Oh, no, I wanted to go to the first page. BADCFE. Alright. What's in here? Nothing, of course. Chemical labeled with an A. Chemical labeled with a D. Couple of flares. Chemical labeled with an E. Chemical labeled with a B. Chemical labeled with an F. Chemical labeled with a C. And some beef jerky. Delightful. Alright, let's save. I suppose I can trust these things a bit more. I'm not dead yet. Still, they must have a purpose. What could it be? Alright. Back out with the dogs. It's becoming clear that the best thing to do is just to fucking sprint, so that's what I'm gonna do. Our next destination is Lake Utakak. Let's just run, follow the signs, go straight there. I mean, why the fuck not? That has worked literally every other time we've tried it, so... Run, Holmes! Lake Utakak. Lake Utakak. Seriously, just apparently sprinting away from the dogs was the right strategy all along. Let's check in with chat. How you guys doing? Penumbra Breaking Bad edition. Ooh, beef jerky, nice. Are you just talking about all the chemicals and how we need to respect the chemistry? Oh boy, this looks like a spider tunnel. That's always fun. Finally, something younger than me. Maybe this pack will help me figure out what's going on down here. Who left that backpack in these pages down here? Explorer's Last Will and Testament. Last Will and Testament of Joe Freeman. Final Thoughts. 10/10/2000. I, Joe Freeman, would like to leave all my personal belongings to my sister May in the knowledge that she will distribute them wisely. We always used to say, better to die young than to never live at all. I guess we're going to get our wish. I know enough about survival to realize I won't be surviving much longer. Jono, my buddy, I just don't know. My left leg is broken in 3 places, and I suspect I may also have shattered my pelvic bone. 3 hours ago, after we'd set up camp, Jono set off to find some usable timber for the fire. When he got back, he was very excited. I couldn't work out what it was that had got him so agitated, but I went along with it all the same. I should have recognized the signs. Soon after, he got worse. He jumped me when I turned away, burying my face in the snow, trying to suffocate me. I still don't know what he found in the ice to enrage him so. Lucky for me, the ground gave way and we both fell. I landed hard on ice and desperately clawed my way onto more solid ground. I was running on adrenaline, didn't notice the pain. I just knew that if I was going to die, I didn't want it to be in the frozen water beneath me. When you fall into a frozen lake, you don't just drown or freeze to death. Your whole body seizes up from the cold. Every instinct tells you to swim for the side, but your body won't let you. You gradually dip under the surface, your last breath expelled when you fell. But you don't drown there and then. Your body shuts everything down, survives on what strength you have left. You can last for an hour just floating there, slowly dying. So now I'm lying here, my soaked Gore-Tex slowly freezing me in place, me on one side of the lake, Jono trapped on the other. I'm worried about him. From what I can see from this side, his arm is dislocated, his shoulder blade fractured, and his wrist broken. I can't hear anything he yells, but he looks to be constantly muttering to himself, testing the ice with a crowbar from his pack. I don't know how he can stand the pain, or where his strength is coming from, but at any rate something strange happened to him. Fortunately for me, he can't cross the ice. It'll give way under his weight. The only way to cross would be to carefully spread your weight evenly across the surface, and he looks in too much of a rush for that. There's a lot of drugs in my system right now. I have another bottle of painkillers. There's enough to finish the job. I always said I'd rather die pushing the boundaries than drift away in my sleep. I guess I didn't mean that after all. I'd rather gently slip away than die cold or bleeding. Alright, so we do get a save point, which is delightful. Red warned us, and now that did too. A disused shed. Who knows how old it is or who last used it. We've got to cross the ice. It's going to be a pain in the ass. When I use these now, I feel as if I'm not the only one. It's getting crowded in there, like I'm just one visitor of many. Strange thing is, they all seem familiar. I wonder if it's calling me out for saving too much. Let's see. Oh, here we go. How does the beef jerky work? I assumed it was a healing item. Alex is right. I said at the beginning that it was a healing item, but I'm wrong. It is bait for the dogs. You can leave it somewhere and the dogs will go after it. I feel a little silly now. I mean, it's a waste of perfectly good beef jerky, but I also think that it is possible to kill one dog in fair combat. Sergey, you're right. In Overture, it is actually possible to use the weapons, the pickaxe, the hammer, the other things it gives you, and kill things. I killed a spider earlier in this playthrough in one of the other videos, but they made you extremely weak, and of course I have it set on hard, so combat is a dicey proposition at best. And then by the time Black Plague rolled around, they just said, you know, fuck it, let's just get rid of combat, because that's not our strong suit anyway, which is true. Like, trying to fight things in Overture is just horrible. Alright, so we have to cross the ice. Oh, we're hearing the whispering again. It looks solid, but not much is as it seems down here. Won't catch me trekking across that. So, when the ice breaks like this, you gotta jump backwards like I just tried to do. And now we've got to jump across the floating ice to get to this island. And we just have to rinse and repeat in order to get all the way across. Somebody mentioned Half-Life references. I mean, there is an arm sticking out of the lake, clutching a crowbar. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if that really was a Half-Life reference. So the little islands actually are solid, which is nice, I suppose. And here we go. I don't have the strength to pull the crowbar out of his frozen hand. This Gore-Tex glove is high-tech modern stuff. I really hope there's not a body attached to it, though. Jesus, what a way to go. So we can actually, as morbid as this seems, we can use the saw in order to get the crowbar. Now we just have to cross back over and make our way out. No! What the fuck? Ah! Oh, good. Huh. That's nice. Okay. I was gonna say, really? Really? Let's do this one. This seems like a better proposition. Alright, there we go. Let's save on our way out. I think the game's making fun of me for save scumming. I may never get used to that. Well, they make disempowerment horror and combat as empowerment element. Seems natural that they got rid of it. No, I agree, and I think it's much better without the combat, honestly, because there are a couple of places in here where it really seems like they did expect you to fight, like at least the spiders, if not the dogs, and the combat in this engine is just fucking awful anyway. So I was really happy they got rid of it too. And after they got rid of it, they put a much greater emphasis on making sure there was always a good stealthy way to get around the combat. Oh, the guy is called Freeman too. Guess he needed a hand getting the crowbar. Oh wait, it says Freeman on the crowbar? Seriously? Yes! Okay, yeah, it is a Half-Life reference. Probably handy if you're trekking through the tundra. There's a name scratched into the metal. Freeman. Alright, yeah, somebody's definitely a fan of Half-Life. That's almost funny. But, you know, I think the long-running existence of Family Guy has kind of ruined reference humor for everybody. Alright, well, this is the last time we need to deal with dogs. I told you there wasn't much of this game left. We've got everything we need now to finish, honestly. We need to go to the incinerator now, which is in the northeast. Everything else is done. And the incinerator is where the Overture episode ends. I mean, Penumbra is kind of a unitary game. It's not really like Overture is a game and Black Plague is a different game. It's more like they're episodes of a single game. But, you know, with that said, we're very near the end of Overture. So, I feel like continuing on. This is great, because when I stream, I don't have to, you know, I don't have to take separate time to upload. Oh, damn it. Didn't work. When I stream, I don't have to take separate time to upload between episodes. I can just, like, switch games and keep going. This is amazing. So, let me think. What would you like to see next? I do have Black Plague installed. So if you want, we can go for the next episode of Penumbra. We could do some Fallout. We could go back to Resident Evil 7. With Ethan Must Die finished, I think the next thing I need to tackle, as intimidating and horrible as it sounds, is Survival Plus mode in 21. But just, yeah, be thinking about it, because this is going to be over in about 10 minutes. So if that, it might even be faster. So I guess the realistic options are we could do Penumbra Black Plague, you know, Penumbra Episode 2. We could do the incinerator is this way. All right, great. We could do more Resident Evil 7, which in this case would be 21 Survival Plus mode, which I actually think lends itself really well to the streaming format, now that I think about it. I'm not strong enough to use my hands. I need a tool to force it open. Crowbar that shit. Or we could do Fallout. We could just start running around in Zion for as long as we all have today.
Have you really made it this far? I wait, and yet the pot never boils. I remain trapped in my den of iniquity. Perhaps the gods have toyed with me once more. Sentenced me to yet more years in this place of eternal nightlight. But now, maybe my ill advice has ended you. Have you rung death's doorbell? Please don't leave poor Red all alone once more, like all the others.
Alright. Onward. This must be the cave-in that Red's trapped behind. I need some way to demolish it quickly. Perhaps I can get some tips from my explosives book. I've located the rubble that's blocking the path to Red. Now I need to come up with a solution to remove the rubble. Alright, well, let's head... This passage has long since fallen away, but Red, or someone, has bridged the gaps with wooden planks. Alright, over the planks we go. Jumpy, jumpy. Because we all love first-person platforming, don't we? It's not bad. At least it's not bad. So, guys, there's a reason everybody thought Zen was far and away the worst level in Half-Life. Platforming in first person is horseshit. It doesn't work. Hey, painkillers! Yay! This room should serve me well as a potion mixer, with the explosives book being my guide. Empty shelves. A container for mixing chemicals. Glass container. Glass beakers. An insulated pipe running to the furnace must be gas. The sink's blocked with some amalgam of chemical sludge. Perhaps I could use this burner to manufacture a makeshift chemical bomb if I had the right chemicals. A nice dry fuse. So we can use that to turn on the Bunsen burner. Now we can light it with our filled up Zippo lighter. Put the glass container here. And then if we look at the, so it says to look at our explosives book, so let's go all the way back there. You remember that thing about Armstrong's mixture? Red, phosphorus, and barium. So we need phosphorus and barium, right? So if we look at this, these are numbered, we don't really know, but badly administered dopamine clouds frequently everything. So the first word is Yeah, so let's work it out. So we need barium and phosphorus. Those are 3 and 5, right? The third and fifth words are dopamine and frequently. So that means we need chemical D and chemical F in order to get Armstrong's mixture. So let's do chemical D. And I'm mixing this one with... I think that's it. So long as I'm careful when I move it, it should stay stable. Oh yeah, this is fun. Let's save before we do this. Because we gotta hold the left mouse button and carry this joker all the way back across the planks. There, it's me. I'm inside that box and outside it. I can't get things straight in my head. Alright, so we can't drop it. We have to keep left mouse held down all the way across all the planks. Yay, first-person platforming becoming even more complicated. Oh, no, 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 no. You get on that plank, bro. Don't you fall. There you go. There you go. That's how... Fuck! What? Did it run into the wall? God damn it. I hate this shit. Alright. It's alright. It's alright. We're so damn close to the end. I haven't checked chat in a bit. I'll do it once I manage this stupid fucking tote task. But I hope you guys are voting on what we want to do next, because I've still got a few hours to keep streaming, and I'd love to keep doing it. I just what the shit? Okay, hold on. That time, I know I didn't run into a wall, and I know I didn't let go of the mouse button and drop that shit. So what the fuck is going on? It's that same jump both times too. I think I like my character is falling farther on that jump, so maybe I need to not jump. Maybe that's too much distance. Maybe the game is reading it as a drop, and I just need to fall down. Yep, that'd be it. All right. You know, whatever floats your fucking boat. Put it by the cave-in. Bam! Oh, there's progress. Alright, let's use the fuse. Where's the fucking fuse? Oh, God. It hotkeyed the fuse. I guess I was out of space. I was like, Jesus, don't make me go back there. Alright, let's light the fuse. Let's run the fuck away. I was gonna say, I think here should be good. Alright, let me check in with chat before we go through there. See, play Hunt Down the Freeman. Black Plague would be alright. Black Plague is fine. More Penumbra, please. It'd be like a natural transition from Overture to Black Plague. Alright, well, everybody's voting for Black Plague. Well, thanks for making the choice easy. I guess that's what we'll segue to. So, let's finish up Overture, and then we'll move right along into Black Plague. It's good, actually, because Overture ends on a cliffhanger, and it's nice to pick up with Black Plague and continue the story, so... Down we go. Locked. Ooh, look how fancy this door is. This door, it's different, newer than all the others. This must be where Red's been leading me this whole time. I can't get a hold of it. I need something to lever it open. I've located the locked door that Red has been leading me to. I need to get it open. Somebody said play Hunt Down the Freeman. I heard that was a really, 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 really terrible game. Like, did you actually enjoy it? Or are you trying to troll me? Like, be real. Oh. Alright, well, here we are in the incinerator room.
You actually came. There is much that should leave my throat box now, but words elude me. You came, you are so pretty, but I am really bad. The underworld already beckons me, so I suppose one further misdemeanor will change little. It is false pretension, and not guiding light with which I have led you here. I cannot give you the answers you want. You may wish to find what it is you seek, but that is a fiction. You cannot know what it is you sought through the vast leaden doorway, or else you would seek anything else in the world. No, the key stays with me, in here. So the life that has led me, horrible as it may be, is better still than the life that waits for you, hungry behind those doors. As replacements go, you shall be admirably abnormal. But you must wonder why this metal burning chamber is talking to you, and the voice you knew only as Red. For it is I, your companion, residing within. You see, I have waited for this day so many years. They won't let me die. The parts of my head are not my own, and I cannot take my life. It is against the rules. Please, the pain has gone on for so long. All I wanted was a friend, but now the time for chit-chats and marshmallows by the fire has ended, and I hope that soon so shall my life. I have knocked on the death's door for so long. Please, let him invite me in for tea.
So Red is inside the incinerator and he wants us to kill him. Combustion meters measuring temperature, humidity, and gas flow, among others. He's made crosses all over the floor. Why would Red want me to kill him? Why like this? What can I do? Vicious looking things, almost like meat hooks. Supply pipes. There's nothing for it. I gotta admit, doing that was a little bit unnerving. Red, I'm so sorry. Whatever happened to you down here, it's over now. Ashes. All that remains of my only friend down here. The key Red was guarding from me. Was he trying to keep something hidden? Or was he really trying to protect me? Red's key. So that the key will open this door. Reams of books. Where did Red scavenge all these from? There's everything from survival manuals to the collected works of Shakespeare and Kant's Ethics. If this was how he spent his time, no wonder he spoke so strangely. He must have led a lifetime of misunderstanding. It's an old artifact. It smells like a sewer. How did Red sleep on this? Maybe he just didn't sleep. Yeah, we can move it around, but that doesn't really do us any good. Oh, goody. Leaving out how Red managed to catch and kill this thing, it's quite clearly inedible. Poor guy must have been close to starving to death. I can see Red now sitting here guiding me. I probably wouldn't be standing here now if it wasn't for him. Why did he have to leave me down here alone? Red, the dear liberty of death, let me die. Head is hurting, please. What's beyond a Red is dead. Get out of my head. Death. Get out. Poor... I can't even quite read that one. Poor something. Nobody to talk to. Get out. Poor Red, I'm so sorry. You're at peace now. Uh-huh. Well, let's check his drawers. This is the only piece of legible writing I can find in this room. Are these Red's final words? Young Red's predicament. My dearest friend, How are you? I am as well as can be expected. I have some sad news, though. A few days ago, there was some kind of collapse and some of the ceiling of the cave fell in on me. What scares me is that I was in an off-limits part of the mine. They may not look for me here, but if they do and they find me, I'll be in so much trouble. But I don't think I'll have to worry about that, because I'm not sure I'll be getting out of here. I don't mind so much. I've been working in the mine for about 3 weeks now, and I'm really proud that I can send money home. But it's pretty tough work, and so far you're the only person that's really been nice to me. Plus, I have some nice company down here. There's some friendly kind of creepy crawlies, and some books I brought from home that I was taking to the rec room. If you think about it, I was really quite lucky I had all this stuff with me, otherwise I'd be bored stiff. As it is, I have Shakespeare, Bronte, Nietzsche, perfect bedtime reading. Although I suppose I might be trapped here long enough that I have to read them twice. I always used to ask my mum how long people survive without food and things. I read how some people can survive underwater for over 5 minutes, and some people last in the desert for weeks. But she always said you had 3 minutes of air, 3 days of water, etc. I suppose I'll probably find out soon enough. I guess if I had to, I could find food around the place. Like I said, there's all sorts of creatures here, but they're better off as my friends than my lunch. I wonder whether I shall starve to death or go cave crazy first. Neither sounds too much fun, I guess, but if I had to choose, I'd say I'd want to go mad. It sounds like an adventure. Tom Redwood, proper mine worker, December 1970. Age 14. Oh, Lord, so Red was trapped here from age 14 to age 44. Clearly did go insane, and we just killed him. That's dark as fuck, man. What do we have here? Jesus, from the stench, I think this may have been his toilet. And he's got some pin-up posters. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. No wonder he was getting hungry. What a final meal. Rationed slugs. Still, knowing Red, perhaps he enjoyed them. So we can move this shelf. It's an electrical panel. Funny place to have one. It's time to use the screwdriver. Electrics, maybe running out to the door. We can cut him. Oh. How many hours did he spend with his neck in this noose just trying to end it all? Alright, it doesn't really matter, but let's go ahead and use the final save point. The chains on his arms are visible now. Not there out of choice. Father looks on, aghast. He clutches some notes, shaking hands. He knows. He knows what has come, what the man has released. The only one who could stop it. Howard knows the real fear. There, it's me. I'm inside that box and outside it. I can't get things straight in my head. Poor Tom Redwood. Alright, so we go here now, and with all that done, we can use the crowbar to get it open. As I stepped into the mouth of the underground facility, there should have been questions, fears, doubts running through me. Instead, I was torn in two. Part of me, I felt, had died, along with my only ally and friend. His final words had raised more questions than they'd answered, and I couldn't get his screams for help out of my head, despite knowing deep down that the pain I had caused Red was itself all the help I could have offered him. I was alone again, but I had nothing to do other than press on into the unknown. If I'd felt so bad about Red, I should have listened to him and stayed where I was. I would trade his fate 100 times for my own. The other side of me was looking forward to what might await me in my continued journey. I felt sure that I would soon find some clue or other to my father's fate, and that he was inextricably linked to everything that was happening. I also couldn't help but suspect that everything I had seen up until that point was just symptomatic of whatever lay beyond the threshold. I know now I was right. Let me check in with chat before we go ahead and actually end it. Beer kicks me. Toasty. Wish granted. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't feel good about incinerating Red. Okay, it didn't quite feel right to me, and I feel like it's really super fucking dark that the poor guy was trapped down here for 30 years. Seems like a list of staff. Welcome to the shelter, established in 1973. Elevated cast 4, chief staff 6, lower cast 39, temporary 8, total population 57. Key members: Chief Overseer Wilbur Frisk, 80 to present, Bren Stafferson, 73 to 80. Chief Chemist Neil Oswald, Troy Retinesque, RIP 91. Construction Unit Pierre Petit, 72 to 79. Chief Xeno Officer TBA Richard Archbrook, RIP 92. Excavation Unit TBA. Technology Unit Darren Gray, Rod Smith. Away Team MIA. Head Chef Benito Carlo. Chief Translator Howard Lafresque, 73 to present. So that's Howard, so I think that's our father. Last updated 18 to 2000. Please have your identity documents ready. Oh shit, look, there's somebody down there. With that, the man who had first descended into the mine was no more, and so began my next chapter. To be continued. Penumbra Overture, Episode 1. Yeah, so I mean, we'll sit through the credits. It's not like this was an entire game. Frictional games. But Frictional's awesome. You know, I think somebody asked me earlier if there was a playthrough of Amnesia in the cards, and the answer is absolutely, there is. Especially if that's something you guys would like to see, even though everybody and his brother has played Amnesia on YouTube. Like, I love that game, and I'd love to play it, especially if that's something you'd be interested in. You know, I think they're still really small, but Frictional was super small then, so I don't think the credits are going to last very long, which is good. For more information on the next episode, penumbraoverture.com. And there we go. That's it for Penumbra Overture. So go ahead and exit the game. I mean, you won't scream out the entire dialogue, so yeah, go right ahead with Amnesia. Amnesia's nice, so yes. Well, I mean, Amnesia's an eventuality. I think we all already kind of agreed that it would be good if we just did segued right from this into Black Plague, so that we had some continuity with the Penumbra series itself. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's really cool to have you guys here on my first afternoon, you know, streaming. It's I really like this format. This is a lot of fun. I'm having a great time. I hope you are too. So again, we're gonna suspend for a moment. Like I think it took about 2 or 3 minutes for it to realize I was done, and then transition into a new video. So I'm gonna end this thing here, and then we'll move right along into Penumbra Black Plague, because from what I saw in the chat, the votes were pretty much unanimous that that's what we should do. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes for Black Plague. Thanks. It's awesome to have you all here, and I'll be right back, I promise.